I want to look at a report, and this came out a little while ago, but it kind of got like lost in the sauce, as we like to say over here. And this has to do with the descriptions of the actual character costumes for Avengers Doomsday. And so I want to pull this up and go over it because, number one, it's really cool. Number two, it also potentially connects to some other stuff that we've been talking about recently, okay? So let's just kind of go through it over here. This is an image that is meant to describe what Thor will look like in the film. And it says here, in Avengers Doomsday, Hemsworth's Thor wears sleeveless black armor with a metallic detail and 4 golden circles on his chest, along with black pants and golden boots. He also wears a red cape with a hood, similar to Unworthy Thor from the comics. Now, that does match up with some of those images, those leaked images that were out there, but let's just talk about this. Sleeveless black armor, metallic details, and 4 golden circles on his chest, probably like boom, and then smaller ones down there. Black pants, golden boots, and he also wears a red cape with a hood. That sounds kind of badass, you know? I could get down with that. I think that's a cool look for Thor. What do you guys think? All right, Mackie Sam Wilson, he's wearing the same one from Falcon and the Winter Soldier series, fully red wings. That actually sounds kind of cool. I'm kind of down. Look at this image of ye old Captain Marvel here. Captain Marvel's wearing a red sleeveless upper suit, dark blue on the lower torso, with gold details on the waist and wrists like gloves. A gold star is in the center of her chest, and she's wearing dark blue pants. Her hair is short, similar to her look in Civil War II. So kind of a look like this with the short hair. Interesting. Which, by the way, Bree's not being put out into the marketing right now, and Gary from Nerderotic was like, she's not even in the movie. I think she is in the movie, but likely has only shot promotional stuff right now and will shoot stuff in February of next year, and I do think her role's heavily reduced, but I could be wrong. These two have the same look as they did in the Thunderbolts post-credit scene, which, by the way, I think that's the best look Bucky's ever had. Kind of wild, but I think it's the best look he's ever had. The only thing I'd change, and I love his Vibranium thing, the only thing I'd change, though, is, like, put the red star on this. Like, you know what I mean? Or, like, just a little bit more of that, like, old Winter Soldier energy. But overall, incredible look. Maybe his coolest look yet. They describe Black Panther's suit as essentially same style that he's had. Main difference is the neck area. There's a silver claw necklace, traditional symbol of T'Challa. Also, the details that were gold in Wakanda Forever are now purple. So that's kind of interesting, kind of harkening back to, again, the old, the OG, the comic book stuff, right? So, yeah, pretty interesting. Ant-Man, and this one's very interesting to me. Ant-Man is wearing red and metallic gray suit. He has a silver helmet with a red visor and antennas. That actually sounds a lot like the version of Tony Stark from Avengers Forever that was an alcoholic and was Ant-Man. Wow, kind of interesting. Shang-Chi in a tight red suit with the black details on the shoulder, chest, and arms, wearing all 10 rings on his wrists. That tracks with things we've seen. Namor appears in black armor with scaly texture on the shoulders and arms, leaving his chest exposed. He's wearing blue pants and holding his trident. So we're getting like Giga Chad Namor, bro. Toussaint's metallic gray? God damn it. We're getting Giga Chad Namor again, and I am about that life, dude. Like, leave it to the Russos. Leave it to the Russos to, like, bring back that kind of energy. Bruce Banner. Now, this is actually really important. Bruce Banner is in his smart Hulk form, but bigger and stronger, resembling the original Savage Hulk, yet still mixed with Smart Hulk. What does that sound like? What does that sound like? The concept art. The concept art. So basically, Smart Hulk is going on TRT. He's getting under the barbell, and he's getting jacked again. Like some bullshit. Well, here's the thing. I'll be honest with you. I want him to savage out, and the rumors are he is going to savage out in Brand New Day. And that potentially leads to a different version of it. And Maestro, of course, Joey, that's actually a great point, because I do think we're getting Maestro. I think it's possible our Hulk was always Maestro. That Kang took a version of the Maestro Hulk and threw him in as the main Hulk, right? But that's kind of another thing. So that's kind of wild. Jennifer Walters appears in Hulk form wearing a sporty uniform in purple, black, and white, similar to the one in the series. The difference is that it's sleeveless, highlighting her arms, and she's wearing fully purple pants. She also has fingerless gloves. Now, the question is here, like, is she even in the film? Because right now there's a lot to suggest that she's not in it. Gary said she's not in it. But also, there's some reports that she just won't work with Disney. I think even Shine recently said she won't work with Disney, and so that's why she's not in the movie. Literally, no loss. I think they can use Jennifer and actually have her be awesome. By the way, the Jennifer in the Cosmic Invasion 2D fighter is so much better than the one we got with what's-her-face. So I frankly don't care. I think She-Hulk needs recast either way for the reset. Maybe there's a way that she could have some shine in these next two movies. Maybe not. Maybe not. And honestly, I don't care. M'Baku is wearing an imposing white gorilla outfit covering his entire body with fur and is holding his staff. That sounds badass. That sounds kind of badass. And by the way, that dude is awesome. Winston Duke? Incredible actor. So glad that he's going to get some shine. Huge dude, too. Gambit wearing a black shirt, purple pants with black detailing, layered chains around his neck, and a hooded blazer. Interesting, man. I mean, that sounds like a great look for him. Sounds pretty traditional. Very, very interesting. But hang on. Storm in an all-white outfit with a flowing cape. Now, wait a minute. Is Storm even in a movie? Now, again, I just want to explain something that could be happening here. I think they planned for all of these characters. And I think they did things like concept art for all of these characters. It is possible not all of them are going to be in the movie. So this should be obvious, but we've seen a lot of concept art from Marvel over the years that doesn't come to fruition. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is coming from concept art and maybe she's not in the movie. But if she is, she seems to be wearing the classic white with the flowing cape, which I think is awesome. Now, Cyclops is pretty much confirmed. He's in his classic yellow and blue suit. That is awesome. Very excited about that. And from what I've heard, Cyclops has a lot to do and potentially a lot to do in Secret Wars as well, which is really cool. A good heroic version of Scarlet Witch is mentioned, and he says that he's seen some designs of her, described her with a tight, long red dress that goes up to her legs, red gloves, and her signature headpiece. That's been said by others as well, so it seems corroborated. Whether or not that's actually what it is, we're not really sure. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, this is coming from James Mack, and I'm not going to go over everything James Mack says. I'm not going to go over everything that Majestic says, and I do think they are sort of recycling a lot of older scoops at this point. But I'm always cognizant of, like, when are they saying something that maybe we've heard a version of it before, but they're adding to it? When are they maybe saying a little bit more than what we've heard in the past? And I think they hard confirm some stuff that, like, maybe Alex Perez and Daniel don't want to hard confirm. So that's always really interesting to me as well. So that, I just wanted to touch on that. What do you think of that? And what do you think of these costumes? I think these are great looks, man. And Marvel, and Doomsday is about to be this movie, right? That's going to have so many of these characters. And to think that we're mostly going to be getting like really nostalgic comic book versions of these characters. Oh, it's so good. It's so cool. I'm excited to see the Magneto stuff, Professor X. I'm excited to see all of that. Can't wait to see them all in Fortnite. I don't know nothing about that. I'm really excited, dude. And, you know, when it comes particularly to the X-Men, I think this is Kevin basically trying to give shine, not my time to shine, but like actually give shine to these characters, give them a send-off that feels really appropriate. So that's awesome. I want to see how the Russos do Gambit. Channing has chops, and I think he's going to nail it. Yeah, I agree. I, for one, am excited. Hell yeah. I want to see that Namor black suit stuff with a huge tsunami scene. Holy shit. Yeah, if that's real, it'd be awesome. If that's real, that would be awesome. I'm I'm looking forward to that as well. Yeah, I just think they're cooking, man. And who knows? Maybe we'll get a lot of this confirmed because we'll see some of them in the trailer coming up here. When do you think we'll get a Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer? Probably early next year, maybe for the Super Bowl. Do you like shawarma? Never had it, actually. Never had it. Absolute peakness. Yeah, there's some good stuff here. How do you think the Doomsday trailer will look, and how do you think they'll show? I know you're talking about Avatar, but I'm more interested in your Marvel takes. Yeah, totally. I think the trailer is going to be between 1 minute and 2 minutes. I think it's going to show way more than people think. I think it's going to blow people's minds. Because it's action heavy, like, and the action isn't all explicitly explained. Like, even in that one leaked description, they were like, we see massive battles led by Doom himself. We don't know what that could be. And you could show 6 different battles in like 10 seconds. Yeah, I know. So we'll see. You should do a breakdown of when Doom could have been mentioned in the MCU up until where we're currently at. Yeah, we're working on several video series that are going to break down all sorts of elements on that over the next year as we head towards Doomsday, but also heading towards Secret Wars. You watched the pay-per-view this weekend? Last one before Paramount. Yeah, and it's a good one. I really, really like that Joshua kid. Joshua Van. I love watching him fight, dude. His hands are crazy. So I'm excited that he's on the card, but it's a really good card. Just overall, it's a really good card. So yeah, I'll check that out. Space King 4 drops Saturday. Well, there you go. Another reason to be looking forward to Saturday, man. It's gonna be awesome. Nerd Greg, how you doing, brother? All right, any last minute talk about these descriptions here before we get on out of here? That dude is built different. Absolutely is, yeah. Next year for New York Comic Con, we cosplay and all go eat shawarma at the place the Avengers ate. That would be really fun, actually. Yeah, that would be fun. We could figure something like that out. Do you think we get Doomsday info at CCXP? I do. I'm not sure what, but I do. I think they're going to show us some stuff. Yeah. Did Armor Wars get turned into Vision Quest? No, Armor Wars got canceled. Thank you, Paul. Yeah, I mean that's what we're trying to do over here, bud. Appreciate you, man. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving, bud. You have the coolest family. I hope one day I can have a family like you. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, no, I have, I got lucky in a lot of ways, right? I have an incredible, beautiful, brilliant wife. And my children are beautiful, healthy, strong, curious. Yeah. Blessed. Hope they do a 24-hour countdown to the teaser. That would be cool. That would be really cool. Yeah, I'd be into that. How old are the kids now? Liam's 3. Athena will turn 1 in just a couple of weeks. Her birthday is January 1st. So she will be 1 on the 1st of next year. Greg and Lizzie, hell yeah. Appreciate you guys. Do you think the Iron Man variant will be played by RDJ or somebody else? Maybe both, but I'm leaning towards RDJ. Having any more kids? We've thought about it. We're going to take a little break. 2 is pretty wild, you know. We always wanted 5. Like, I always wanted a big family. But we're going to chill a little bit and then maybe revisit. Yeah. Soul Jacka says, does Disney have input for Brand New Day, or is it all just Sony? Still confused about the whole partnership deal. Oh, yeah. So it is a produced through Marvel Studios movie. It's a 25-75% deal, meaning 25% of the financing and 25% of the profit goes to Marvel. Sony gets 75%. So they're the controlling entity, but here's the difference. Kevin produces the movies. So it goes through Marvel Studios, but Sony has the lion's share of the money spent, meaning then decisions on how that money's spent, right? But ultimately, the film is produced through Marvel Studios. It's actually an incredibly unique relationship. And Amy Pascal and Kevin have talked about it. Like, dude, it probably would never happen again. And they literally just did it for the fans, you know? And by the way, that's why Sony, which it used to be like 90-10, I think, or something like that. That's why Sony, after Far From Home, was like, bro, we don't need Kevin Feige. You know what I mean? And they did. Josh gonna have oops third kid? LOL. Let's hope not. I mean, look, here's the thing. The truth is, it's very difficult to sustain Warhammer as a hobby and having multiple children. Children are really expensive, and so is Warhammer. So I'm like, it's like, look, 11th edition's coming out. I could build more. I need more Tau. I'm hoping the Custodes get a new refresh. Dark Angel stuff. Hopefully, a little more of that. So. Do you think Holland Spider-Man will die in this movie and be brought back by Venom in the Avengers, like the comics? Something like that could happen. Yeah, something like that could happen. I've heard that was going to happen, but they've did so many changes to it. What is Warhammer? Oh, dude, Warhammer is the greatest nerdy thing that ever was. If you're a nerd and you like cool characters, badass action, well thought out lore, well thought out stories, and a connected universe, Warhammer is the final boss. You got to check it out. It's absolutely incredible.